There we go. Good evening. I was working on all this and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go for it. I think that's good volume. Hey Fritz. Air in my mouth. There we go. So what I'm gonna work on right now is putting in the logic for I'm going to create variables for, well, I already did create variables for all of the essence generation ticks for everything. That way, if I ever need to tweak things going forward, I can just tweak the raw numbers here, and then it'll propagate through the code, through the code. Wow, I want to say cold. All right, let's do this. I'm a little tired. I'm not sure how late I'm going to stay up. I'm honestly surprised that I am up right now. I got work in the morning. Alright, let's minimize a bunch of stuff. Get rid of that and that. Okay, on infusion tick is where we want to go first. Oh, mana torch. I forgot to make a variable for the mana torch time. Right here, so essence cost mana torch time. So essence cost amount mana torch time and essence cost time mana torch. You know what? You will be able to create a mana torch. I'll just put 30 seconds for now. I think it's like 1 minute or 45 seconds or something right now. Yeah, it's 1 minute right now, so I'm gonna cut it in half. It'll be fine. It's only 9. Yeah, but with me, 9 becomes 10, which becomes 11:30, and then all of a sudden it's midnight, and my eyes are killing me, and I have to wake up for work in the next, you know, less than 5 hours of sleep. It sucks. Ah, delicious. Boom, baby. Okay, so the processing time is going to be this dot mana torch cost time. This was a long time coming. I really should have done this before. So I'm creating the torch lit. I don't see where I am. Crafting processing time current. The max time, it should be this dot mana torch essence time. I'm not seeing where I subtract the, oh wait, the essence is right here. Fuel cost. See, it was 25. Not anymore. Neutral item cost. I think a lot of these I can just comment out. Get rid of those. Light mana amount. Not sure what that one is. You know what? I'm going to disable it. We'll see where the error pops up. Okay, here we go. So if the fuel cost mana amount is greater than the store, or greater than, or if the stored amount's greater than or equal to the cost, so this is going to be mana torch cost amount, then this would also be the cost amount. Okay, this code makes more sense, and then I said it. Doesn't help to be having caffeine though. I don't know, maybe, I think I may have that form of like ADHD where caffeine doesn't really wake me up. So drinking caffeine doesn't do much. I mean, unless I drink like an energy drink, in which case like I start tweaking out a little bit. It's probably not good for my health to drink energy drinks. Or anyone's health, I guess. Okay, so the torch conversion is set up here. So generating essence. These are the global modifiers. I don't think I need to do this anymore. I'm going to do a multiplied by 2, 3, 4, and 5. Else it equals 1 for the modifier. There we go. We're getting there. Is block admin. Every 1 second it's going to try and refresh. That's fine. Neutral nexus. Okay, this is where we have to start plugging things in. So if the current amount is greater than the stored essence amount, resets the process time when full. Okay, so this stops it, right? If you have it capped out. Let's go a little further down. This is where I have to start adding things in. So I can say instead of this nexus fuel amount, it's going to be this dot neutral. So generate neutral. This is a temporal gear. Why do I have this all over the place? You know, I'm going to do this in order. We're going to do a new nested if statement right here. So the first thing is going to be rusty dust. So if the fuel is rusty dust, then we're going to come down to here. I'm going to say essence generate amount neutral rusty dust equals cost consuming temporal gear. What is this variable that I deleted? Neutral, light, and dark. This is why I try to make things make sense. Damage dark nexus. That probably should be 3, although I need to comment that out as well. I think I need to comment all of these out here. Including these as well. Whoops. There we go. Just 2. I think that's what I'm going to want, because I want to use these. Everything's going to be more robust. All right, let's pump all this code in. Let's do it. Paste, 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 paste. All right, so if it's rusty dust, what are we doing here? The essence generated amount equals the cost consuming temporal gear amount. How am I plugging this stuff in? Let's go a little further down. Processing max, that could be 60, that's fine. Processing time current is 0. It created another, so this is a generic variable right now. I did this in a weird way. I'm going to rewrite this. I don't like how this logic is working right now. I don't like it. So we're gonna redo it here. So this processing time max, this one's going to be easy to do. This is going to be mana or rusty dust. This is going to be the time for the rusty dust. We're going to be using a temporal fragment. So I can just copy this, paste that in. We are going to do something with the temporal gear, which will be right there. We are also going to do Arcanus dash lesser. Paste, this will be greater. This will be superior. And this will be celestial. Get rid of that. Cleaning it up. So I got to change the time variables for everything here. So time. Good, good. I can just do that. So this is the temporal fragment. Bam. What is the time for this? This is going to be the temporal gear. Time for this is going to be the Arcanus. There we go. Lesser Arcanus. This is going to be the Greater Arcanus. Oh, see amount? That's wrong. That should be time. All right, I didn't screw anything else up. Dot time. This should be the Celestial or Superior Arcanus. And this one is the Celestial. There we go. So all of that's fine. Now what I need to do is change this. So I'm saying the generated amount equals this. I think I got this backwards. I think I got this backwards. I think what I need to do is have, I can have an internal variable. Right, so in here I can say, it could be an int and it'll be like essence amount to add. Right, something very easy, and I'm gonna set it to 0. I'm gonna copy this. And I can do something just like that, which means these would disappear. Boom and boom. And then I can copy this. It would come down here in the amount. And then we would take out, so what am I taking out? Neutral fuel. You would take out 1, right? And then mark it dirty. And then we would just keep taking the processing time there. We'll put 60 seconds, so 1 minute as our default. And now I just got to change all this, and then this section will be done. So this would be temporal fragment, right? This would be a temporal gear. This would be the lesser Arcanus. This would be the greater Arcanus. It's a lot easier to just type this in. And then Celestial. There we go. All right, so this should work. I think we can skip past unless there's one little mistake there. All right, everything else looks good. Let's go down to the dark essence now. So, okay, wait, let's put in our coefficients here for the light nexus. Oh, this is seconds reduction. Ew, I was doing the math so gross here. Ugh. I remember doing this janked up math. Oh, what's wrong with me? Well, the good news is I can fix some of this stuff here. So in the beginning, right, we have the seconds per tick and we have the seconds reduction. I don't think we need to do seconds reduction. I think what I can do here is say this dot, and I'll do time. light time. This is what I want. So I'm going to do that multiplied by this dot caps, current upgrade cap, plus 1. That way, if it's 0, we're offsetting it. Perfect. Right, because it's going to be that. So, oh, wait. Seconds reduction, though. That would just be a simple additive thing. So I guess what I could do is multiply it by that. You know what? Let's see what my old math was doing here. So it's subdividing this out by 3. Multiplying it by 3. What the hell was my math? Was I being stupid? Right? Like, is this for realsies? This is like all incomplete fragmental like knowledge or just ridiculousness here. All right. We're going to put this back on. So I'm going to come up with some new math for this because this is really dumb. So what I'm going to do is say, let's say we have our calculator here. So it's going to be every 30 seconds you get 1 tick. It's going to be divided. Clear. It's clear. So 30 seconds divided by 5, right? So that's going to be 6. So that's really the math that we need to do. So this just needs to turn into that. So it's going to be, so if the cap is 0 and you have no cap, it's just going to add 1 and the time stays the same. But if that's a 1, it's going to be 2. Oh, that's why I did that math. Because now, sugar snaps. This makes more sense. Okay, I am not so upset with myself now. That's why I divided it by 3. Because at the time, 3 would have got me 30. With this, it would be 6. And then I'm getting the essence generation modifier, which is basically just the rune cap here. Okay, I guess that will make sense. Oh, and then I'm taking that amount. Okay, and then I'm subtracting it by... So here, I want to do this dot time. So this is going to be the light time. Minus... Why don't I just do... this? Why don't I just do this? It's going to be light time divided by... this essence generation modifier. And I'm going to put this in parentheses because or brackets here because I think I got to do more. Plus 1. Right? Because I can't divide it by 0. So we need to offset this by 1, which means I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to take the overall time, so 30 seconds divided by, in this case, it would be 5, which would give you 6 seconds. So that would be the amount of seconds per tick instead of 30. And then here, instead of the stored essence current, plus 1, we're going to do this dot amount light tick. There we go. Heyo. Now, what I'm thinking is I can get rid of this. I was thinking about it. It doesn't make sense to specify when day officially starts and when night officially starts. This right here, the light nexus, can keep running depending on the sunlight level. So you could even start putting these partially underground. Right, this would be considered dim light. Now I may have to bump this up a little bit because I think 10 is like abysmally low. Like it could be 10 at like midnight, depending on like the settings and where you are. I think we need to test this out. We're going to do that right now. Well, we can't. We got to keep going because we got some more errors. But this is something to come back to. But I think all of this code should work. Same thing here. So this is going to be every 3 seconds. So I have 3 health, 3 HP. I'm going to create a variable for time for the dark as well. Oh, I do have one. All right. Crafty Handy just subscribed. What? Welcome, welcome. Good old YouTube. You found me on YouTube, huh? I can't see YouTube chat, by the way. So if you're trying to talk to me through YouTube, I do the multi-streaming. So YouTube kind of became the repository for all of my past streams. Just because, I don't know, Twitch can be kind of twitchy. Sometimes I like to listen to real music. And I don't save any VODs on Twitch for that. So times like that, I just don't push it out to YouTube. But I see the Twitch chat. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so this is going to be the variable that I want. It's going to work so good. Where is it? Light. Here we go. Dark. All right, let's keep going. So this is the first thing I get to turn off. I think, again, I do not want to put a restriction on the time of day that you can use this stuff. That's not really on me to dictate to the players, right? You just need like a sufficient negative light, pretty much, right? Like it's got to be dim light or dark for this thing to turn on. So you could use this during the day or night. This right here, for the second accumulator, we can put in this variable, because this is going to be the amount of seconds per tick. So I will give it 5 seconds per tick, right? Is that what I want it to do? Hold on. I wrote this stuff down when I was sitting on the couch this evening. I'm like, I was hit by inspiration. Yeah, every 5 seconds, it's going to hit for 3 HP, and then it's going to give a certain amount. So this is the Nexus sacrifice logic. This right here creates a list to see who should be sacrificed. We're getting a little further down. Here we go. So the damage source is going to be here. It's going to be suffocation. So we create a new damage source. I'm going to... Oh, shoot. On entity damage received, it's got to be a reference float. I remember having to do this. I got to make a quick tweak here. I'm going to make this private instead of public. Where is it? This HP amount, we are going to make that private. And then down here, I just need to put in this dot dark essence HP. Did I? Oh my god, I named this completely dumb here. So generate essence generate amount dark tick. That's what I want. And then time tick. And you know what? Dark tick for this too. I think that's what it is, because really this is on a ticking interval. Okay. Okay, let's go back down. So that means this needs to become tick. I should have paid more attention to what the variable name was. But, you know, here we are. This would, I would get rid of this, and I would just put tick here. T-I-C-K. Whoops, capital T. I. Can I... Oh, I made this an int, too. So let's go back. I need to make this a float. Because this has to do with health. There we go. So that error went away. And then we have the essence. Let's bump this out. I gotta see the whole thing. I gotta see it all here. Essence to absorb 1. And then we have it by the modifier. That is going to be... It's going to be this dot dark. This is going to be the amount per tick. It's going to be the modifier. This is already working the way we want. We no longer need that. And then we actually use it right down here. We're going to have some spell particles that we put on. Entity, time to live is going to be 5 seconds now. Oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm going to have to cast this to a float, right? But we can do dark time. So I'm going to get the time per ticks. I'm going to change it into a float, and then that's going to be what our time is. That way I could just change the variable up top if I need to tweak it, and it's just going to propagate through here. That's it. All right. Let's save what we did and load the game. All the new values should be in. Yeah, we'll go in this world. Why not? Delicious. Okay, here we are. Gonna go right over to here. We'll put this back down. It should start emitting. Time set, or game mode 1. Oh yeah, rust sickness. Let's back up. That's right, because I have the caps on here. So this is maxed out. You know what? GM2. I'm gonna break it. We're gonna put this on. Okay, it's resonating. Every 3 seconds, this should be ticking. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Tick. No, it's not. Oh wait, it's every 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tick. There it is. Perfect. If I break this, it becomes every 30 seconds. This is as slow as it can go. There it is. And we see that there is a visual difference, right? There's few particles coming out. So this is going to take a while. I did the math. So per quote-unquote half day, you can generate 48 essence per half day period, right? That's just splitting the day into 24 minutes. You get 2 per minute. Although that may vary depending on how long you got your sun for. Oh, you know what? Let's log out of this world. Let's go into a real world, because what we need to do is test. Here we go. We need to test what light levels are actually around at certain times a day. Because we need to tweak that a little bit. Like, what does 10 mean? Oh, come on, man. All right, let's pull out the admin tool. Little bunny. Little drifter in the ground. That's awesome. Good job, drifter. You had one job. Spawn above ground. And you failed. And you failed. All right, let's get the admin tool. I love this thing because I can stand in it. It fills everything. There's my temporal stability. Maxed out, baby. Ooh, yeah. And if I look at the admin tool, it tells me light level. So right now, the sun is 23. Although I think I'm looking at only sun here. Let's go back to the Nexus. Where? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where'd the Nexus go? Boop. We're going to look at the light first, because the light's going to be the easier one. So I have it to where if it's greater than or equal to 10, it just keeps going. And that is only sunlight. That's what we care about. Let's make it nighttime. What is it now? Only sunlight is 22. Eesh. So the light nexus would work right now. Let's do a test. Pretty sure the light nexus would work right now. This is what we don't want to have happen. I'm going to put that down. Let's pull out a torch. Here, a mana lantern. Boop. Perfect. Where's my magic chalk? Magic chalk! Boop, 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 boop. Okay, it's running. Don't see, I better not see any particles here. It says it's resonating. Should I build some pillars so it goes faster? It should tick once every 30 seconds. We'll come back to that. Right now, if we look at the light levels, still only sunlight, even though if I put this down, those values should change, right? If I put that there. Yeah, see, I think what I want to target is time of day sunlight. I think that's what I want. Because there's like nothing out right now. But only sunlight is 22, and that's not what I want. Yeah, see, it is ticking. It is resonating right now. Ooh. So let's change this to time of daylight. And let's start playing with moving time a little bit. Let's... what is it right now? It's 5 a.m. So it's 13 right now at 5 a.m. I mean, the sun's kind of starting to come out. What about at 6? At 6, we got full 22. So it looks like around 5 a.m. If I make this like 15, maybe? Let's try 15. Let's find a cave, too. We got to find a cave. Here we go. Pull out the admin tool. Let's place it right here. So that would be 7. I'm getting a lot of things with weather, leafy wind. It's a game thing. So that's 16, 15, 11, 14. So you could put a light nexus right around here. I'm thinking maybe it needs to be a little higher than 15. We could do maybe a 16 or a 17, or you know what? Maybe just 18. This right here would be about an 18. So from like here and here, nope, not there. That would work. That would work. That would not. Right? We made it an 18. Looks like light coming from this cave. It does penetrate enough. Yeah, and it's only a couple little block cover. Under a tree, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, under a tree is actually 16. 22. So I'm thinking 18, right? Because it would make sense, a light nexus to not want shade. Because that's 22. So let's make it 18. Boom. Done. That way, you know, it fluctuates a little bit. I'm not statically forcing it one way or another. Now let's do the opposite with a dark nexus. So that's 18, 17, 15, 16. I'm thinking maybe I could do like a 15. 14, 16, 14, 15, right? So this would be the line to where a dark nexus would work. This or darker. Which also would dictate, like, if you have it above ground, you just wait till nighttime and you'll be fine. But you could also run this stuff during the day in caves as well, or in an enclosure to block out that light. Right, because if I put this down, it doesn't affect that daylight. It's still going to be the same. Perfect. That's what I think we should do. It should be 15 for the dark. Where do I have that code? I don't even have that right now. I don't even have that right now. Jeez, man. I'm going to have this be the first if statement. Cut all of that, paste it in here. I'm going to delete that old code because I don't need it. I'm going to delete that out. Kind of clean it up a little bit here because I'm pretty sure we're done. Donezo. Delete that. All right, so I can minimize all of that. Now I need to reverse this, right? Because it needs to be less than or equal to 15. So it's got to be dark. And I'm going to save that code as well. All right, save. Let's test it out. It's funny, the Dark Nexus, the yield is ridiculous. If you can give this thing a steady supply of creatures to sacrifice, and you have the tier 4 caps per half a day, right? You can generate up to 7,200 Dark Essence per half a day. That is insane, but it's going to be hard to continuously siphon things over to it. But it definitely does have the best yields here, so it should work right here. We're really close. We got some daylight there. Let's put the runes around. It is resonating. Let's take a drifter. Right? This is going to be in a cave. Boom! Yep, hit it. 3, 4, 5. Boom! Ate it again. So it's giving only 3 right now. And I'm doing 5 seconds because it does give them the ability. If it goes too far away, it's going to have to be... This range is pretty far, but if it goes too far away, it allows you to give... I wanted 5 seconds because I want to give you time to, like, shut it off if it's seeping into your livestock or, you know, pulling things out, right? So you're going to have to watch where you put this. You could also just let it run underground in a cave and then come back with a lacrima every once in a while and just siphon the stuff out. If we built some pillars here, let's see how much we get per tick. So that was, so we got 15 essence out of 1 drifter. All right, so let's remember that, 15. If I pull up 1, 2, 3. For my pillars, you don't need actual pillars. You could attach it to like ceilings and stuff. The rune stone just needs to be in a certain place. To this one, I will make it a pillar. There we go. And this one should be, whoops, right there. There we go. Essence flow is max. So 1 was 15. Let's see what a max level does. Look at that. In 1 hit, we're already equal. And see, they can't really escape. The NPC is going to have to, like, run pretty far away. Because maybe I have the range a little too high here. Yeah, see, because it teleported it from over here. I think I made it 5 blocks. There we go. So I got 75 off of a single freaking drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it would have teleported it here. I'm going to reduce the size of that bubble a little bit here. Because that's a little too aggressive. There we go, right here. Yeah, because so I have it at 5. I'm just going to make it 4. We're going to reduce it by 1 and see how it feels. All right, so I'll put that guy there. Actually, he may have escaped it. This thing runs on a tick. Here, I'm going to put it a little closer. That one's not escaping. Boom. And it's a running tick, so as soon as it spawns, it could be 3 seconds, 4 seconds in before it ticks. It could be at 1. Yeah. This isn't bad. And you see how... Oh, it killed that one, and then it teleported... Oh, no, the other one's still over there. He's going in the cave. He's warning his friends. Yeah, see, it pulled it away within a second. Every 5 seconds, this checks for, you know, a sacrifice. Yeah. Damn, this is my 3rd one, and I have over 200 Dark Essence. It's freaking crazy. I like the red particles though. I think it feels good. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was generating... You know, it's not. It's not generating the particles here. Okay, let's look at particle generation. Oh, you know what? I bet I'm locking it down by time. Bet you I'm doing it by time. Is generating essence. That's right. Yep, right there. Right there. I just need it to be running. So this is the light. We need to put that if statement in, right? Because I need to check. I need to do this. There we go. This is going to be BEO. BEO. There we go. Which means I'm also going to have to do the same thing down here. So less than or equal to 15. No, this should be greater than or equal to 18, right? Because we focused on 18 for that one. For the dark, I'm doing it this dumb way here. Here we go. All right, I'm going to put an if statement right in here. I'm going to say if this block entity, I'm going to tab it out. I'm going to cut all of this. And we are going to put it in here. There we go. This is looking better. Tab that out. Just so everything aligns right, we're going to tab that back. Going to delete those extra spaces, get rid of that. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to get rid of that. I can leave that. All right, so this should turn on the particle generation again. There it is. It's hungry. Nom, 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 nom. Which means we would have fixed the particle generation up top. There it is. It's very light, but at least it is ticking right now. Cool. There it goes. And it shuts off, right? It's resonating, but since there is nothing around, it is not generating particles. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't do that. Do you think so? First question: no particles spawn until it has an entity that's close enough. Does that matter? Should you get the, you know, just the particles constantly going just because it is resonating? Because that's kind of like what happens up here, right? This thing, it's generating, it's resonating, so there are particles constantly coming out. Very little because I have no pillars here. But what do we think, huh? Just that way you have that visual that it is on. Right? Because now this is going to start booking. But you could see clearly that this is on. But this is generating stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's not necessarily anything down. Oh, and it killed that drifter. It got too close. This thing's like a freaking spider. Got too close. But see, now it shuts off. Should it just keep emitting those particles? Letting you know, hey, I'm on and I'm ready to eat. I'm thinking so. I am thinking so. And what I can do is take this, comment that out, paste that in, and save. Now it's going to start just emitting particles. So that kind of tells you it's on, right? If you got rid of this, particles will be a lot slower. There we go. but you could still see that it is indeed on, right? This is just in its weakest form. That way you can also see, right, that's on, and then if we break it, you know, break the surrounding to turn it off, it actually goes silent. I think I like that a little better. I think that's what we'll do. Okay, that is done. I think the essence generation is fixed pretty well. Let's make a mana torch and see what it's gonna take here. So this can take torches right now. What are we thinking? Should it take a torch or should it take mana stone and eat mana stone to create mana torches? I'm kind of thinking it should take mana stone instead of a torch, because you have a mana stone handle. I think it should just be mana stone. Yeah, Vice, that's right. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. Wow. It's like we have the same brain. Mm. It's cold. All right, let's make this stuff take mana torches. Or takes mana stone. Takes torches, that's going to be incorrect. Wrong. All right, let's go into Jesus, let's go into what? It's going to be the spell slot, right? Or not the item slot. We're going to scroll up towards the top. So it should be this right here. So Nexus Fuel, Nexus Input, Slot Output, the Lacrima. Yeah, this is Slot Mana Torch Input. This right here is what I'm going to want to change. So, boom, instead of this, we are going to say Mana Stone. So it's going to be Mana Stone dash none. I don't like the none. Should have been normal. But it's fine. In the next update, I'll try to remember to fix that. I'll just say Mana Stone dash. So as you can see, I do already have the foundation to be able to imbue an element into things like Mana Stone. You'll also be able to do that in blocks as well. So I already got some tier 3 magic going on. Magic. Paste, paste, paste. All right, so with that, it should be all Mana Stone. I need to go into the GUI because we need to change the tooltip as well. So I'm going to open up all three. I'm going to find where it says torch. Takes torches, wrong. Takes Mana Stone. This one's wrong. We got to update this. Takes Rusty Dust, Temporal Fragments, Temporal Gears, or any Arcanus. Boom, tooltip done. Close it out. Next one. Takes torches, wrong. That would be Mana Stone. Fireball that in. Takes torches. Mana Stone. That way it's not confusing. There we go. Takes Mana Stone. We're going to reload the world. I'm going to force it to redo that slot. That item slot. And then we're going to see if a torch goes in there anymore. It shouldn't. Those things should only take Mana Stone now. Just in case, we're going to pull out some Mana Stone here. We're going to pull out a couple different types of Mana Stone. I'm going to pull out this. I'm going to pull out the full block. And I want to make sure that it can't take the full block. Good. But it could take this, right? Nope. Can't take that either. Does it still take torches? No, it does not. I may have to just shut down the game now that I'm thinking about it, I probably have to shut down, because I don't think making a new inventory, I think that may be a little too deep for a hot reload. What she said. I want to watch The Office. I got to marathon that again. I do some of my best programming, best mod development when I'm watching like Rick and Morty marathon on the side, or The Office, or some kind of show. Doesn't take that. Doesn't take that. Oh, I did an equals instead of... Bet you that's what it is. Equals. It should be contains. It should be contains mana stone. But you know what? For now, I'm going to put none in here. There we go. I'm going to have to change that up a little bit. We're going to listen to some Donkey Kong Country. Okay. Do you take torches? No. You take mana stone. Hell yeah, you do. And you enjoy it. So, yep, and it starts ticking. So this should only take 4. 4 essence per. It used to be 25. That has been severely nerfed. Just because you use this as, like, fuel, right? So I think 4 is a nice, healthy number. It should be very, very easy to produce these. And I think it's only 30 seconds now instead of a minute. There we go. So it created the light. It took it down perfectly fine, right? That is indeed the number 63. And this is indeed a mana torch. Now, yep, and it doesn't take that. Does it take these? Nope. Good. Sweet. That thing is still stuck. All right, come on out, dummy. I got a nice cave for you. Keep going that way. You'll find a pleasant surprise. Oh, you dummy. Oh, wait. Oh, I have it turned off. It's too far now because I lowered the radius of the bubble. You got lucky. You got luck. All right, well, you didn't get that lucky, I guess. Boop. You had a chance. You could have lived, well, whatever life you drifters live. You could have lived it. But nope. Now you just become part of the machine. You are officially my Happy Meal. my double cheeseburger. Congrats. Cool. All right, what else are we working on here? I think that was the big lift. That was the big thing. Let me double check my notes. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? So, I was going to do something with the pedestal. I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. I was going to add a ticker to it. How large is the bubble now? It's 4 blocks from it. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would reach this far in a circle. And it also reaches above and below in that. So just imagine a big sphere around it. So I just subtracted it by 1. It used to be 5, so it would come out, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would have come out to here before. But now it comes out to here. It was enough to pull the guy from here over. 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. He actually got this close, right? And then he teleported over. All right, cool. Perhaps 5 of 6 would... Well, it would be nicer, but I think that's... Let's put it this way, right? In half a day, if you can feed this thing through like maybe other people's mods, or maybe spawn some rifts around and have a bunch of drifters coming in during a you know, one of the longer temporal storms, half a day you can have 7,200 essence. Doesn't feel very functional at the moment. In its current state or this state? Because you haven't played with it in this state. You really think the range should be more? I'm open to things, but... There, kind of level it out a little bit, right? I technically don't need that there. We can let the room breathe. We'll kind of open this up a little bit. You know what? I did want to listen to this, but... I don't think I want to listen to this music. Grand Pooh World 3 complete soundtrack. Give it a try.
The all-new GoDaddy Arrow helps you get your business online in minutes with
Ad.
AI. With the perfect...
Alright, we'll give this a try. Maybe decreasing effect over range. Well, the thing is, the way it works is that this thing, it pulls things over to it when it gets close enough in that range. And then it's going to become harder for things to, like right now with this range, right? It won't pull that away, but this, oh, well, there we go. Every 5 seconds it looks. It gives it the ability to attempt to escape. This thing's not sprinting, so it's not going to make it. Oh, it made it! See what I mean? So it allows things to be able to get out of the trap, because at that point, what's the purpose of, you know, even cycling through it? You know what I mean? Damn, this thing has 495 already. Holy crap, it's putting out some number. It's almost, it is, and that stupid thing just fucking walked right towards it. Stupid dummy. Dummy. Oh, it didn't quite escape. It must have been like, it's on the cusp of like the speed. Yes, I think more range, just a block or two. So back to where it was, basically. Where nothing can escape. Is that what it is? Yeah, because even at this range, it's still not. Ah, oh no, it wasn't quite enough. Nope. See, it pulled it from like over here, so that's not enough range to you? You know, if I do this, I am going to put in logic to where you cannot have more than one of these within an even longer bubble, an even larger bubble. I don't have that in right now, but that's just too good to be able to just have these just kind of close with huge bubbles. Like it would completely protect you at night. Like this would be a shield for you. Maybe I should do that anyways. So here you go. I'll give you your one back. I'll give you that one back. Let's put it back in. Maybe I should make this a variable since I seem to be changing it. Let's just make it a variable. So essence, generate time, dark tick. Maybe faster pulling rate for the entities. Well, I could put in another ticker. Remember, everything that I do, I have to make sure it's balanced, right, between resources used. So right now, if someone wants to put a bunch of these in a small area, they will all work. And it could potentially lead to performance issues. If it's ticking like every second looking for something, right? Trying to generate a list constantly. I don't know. It's the tightrope that I walk. So I started it off at 5-second intervals. That's what it is. It's a 5-second interval. I could bring it down to 1, and then have a secondary accumulation ticker for things. See, how would I do that? It would have to like dynamically shift. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. let's take a look here. Let's do essence generate distance dark tick. You know what? And I'm just gonna have it. It's gonna have to be a float. I'm gonna have it at 5 because I think right now it's at 4 for the bubble. No, oh, it's at 6. No, it's at 4, so it would be right here. Let's do this dot essence per tick. And for a dark essence per tick, this would be dark essence per tick. Dark essence per tick. Actually, it was going to be able to pull things further away. So my two numbers didn't match up anyway. So let's put it back to 5 and see how it feels now. Oh, it is at 5. Huh? I'm going to have to shut down. Let me gracefully shut down. Right, because this is the time to make this feel right. And this is going to be the hardest part, right? Like when I need feedback, I always, most of the time, right, I get feedback that is skewed to make something easier or try to avoid a mechanic that people may not want to do. That's not the point of tweaking things, right? Because there needs to be some kind of cost, right? Like some people, you know, I mean, people have been saying, oh man, magic sucks. If you're a tier 1 mage, yeah, it does suck. The same thing that you sucked at spelling when you were in 1st grade. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everyone's lazy, right? No one wants to, everyone wants God mode right away. But if you grind it out, right, and you use the magic and go through the systems and practice and hone your skill and maybe get some luck, you literally can nuke things. You can run faster than any mount from anyone else's mod, including my own. You know, like within the fastest speeds, you do that just innately. You can cast fly on yourself. You can revive the dead, you know? You can do all of this stuff. You're gonna have big portal gateways and teleports, and you know what I mean? Like all of this stuff. So, you know, you have to earn it, right? That's the thing. This here is about the balance. So let's check it out. Let's pull out a drifter. I feel good about sacrificing drifters. So if I put you here, you're way outside of the range. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, this would be the starting point. Now remember, it is a dome, so I think its peak is here, and then it goes through, and then Dum Dum just walked into the... See, it's a 5-second tick right now. So he was able to go out and then walk away. That drifter is freaking lucky, and it's playing with fire again. So maybe 5 seconds isn't the best. See, and then we were 1 second away from that ticker's hitting. And this guy's going to be fine because it focuses on whatever its target is to continuously pull it in. What is this? Skip. It would have been nice to get a crappy spell early. You do have one. It's called Transmutation. You get your innate spell. So this right here is within range. So this is your bubble. I guess I'm okay with that. Oops. There we go. Yeah, come on out, buddy. So it's not exactly that, right? Because it's a bubble, it's going to be curved, so it's going to kind of go around. But you know, this is kind of like what we're looking at. We want crappier. Transmutation isn't crappy enough. Well. Let's play with this ticker here. Let's play with it a little bit. So on infusion tick is what we're looking for. I think I have it at 5. Oh, it's every second, which means I may be able to do something about that right now. So this is my ticker here. So I can say if... All right, how about this? How about this? I'm going to create a new variable. A new integer variable. How do I want to do this? Okay, the easiest way is to do an if statement. I can put an if statement right here. I can say if you do not have an ID. Oh wait, I'm doing this. I'm doing this in the wrong place. Hold on. Whoops. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. It's gonna be right in here. Okay. Here's my accumulation ticker, right? I'm going to say... okay, so we're going to create a new thing, right? This is the dark ticker. This is an int. We're going to create a new int, and I'll say new ticker equals this, right? That's going to be the default. And I'm going to go ahead and do a new ticker. And now I'm going to say if this dot dark nexus sacrifice equals 0, right? So it doesn't have a target. New ticker is going to equal 1. So it's going to tick even quicker when it, like, looking for something. It's going to be every 1 second. It's going to do that pull and say, is there something within range? I probably could. I would have to convert this into a float. But I think I could even make it like a 0.5f, right? Every half second, we would have to cast this to a float, right, for safety. So let's give this a try. So it's going to be every 5 seconds still, right? Because it has a target. Come on, just kill it. Stop with the foreplay here. Almost dead. Beep. Oh, it automatically sucked in the other guy. Half a second later, it just gobbled him up. Drifter hugger. It actually hugs any entity. It's not just drifters. I was considering it having it only affect drifters, or any creature of the quote-unquote rust, and I may do that. I'm not sure yet, because it does make more sense with the lore that I'm cultivating that this would work on non-rust touched things, you know? Yeah, like I would, but see, there's a problem, Hexen. In this game, there is no such thing as a creature type. Everything, all the creatures are entity agent. It's not like Minecraft where you could do like entity monster, entity animal, or entity, you know, anything like that. They're all the same, which is complete bullshit. Honestly, it's one of the things that I really wish would change on the back end. Because it makes it to where now I have to do searches based on the actual, like, name, right? And I'm not talking about the nice human readable name of, like, called Drifter. I'm talking about, you know, item entity dash, you know, blah, 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 dash, drifter, dash, normal, or surface, you know, and I got to do searches for that. And it also means that it disables the interoperability with other people's mods, too. Now, if they had it to where it was like, okay, you have entity animal, and then entity wolf, and then, you know, I could fine-tune things, and then when other people make their mods and they happen to extend, like entity monster, because they're making a monster, then I could say, yeah, this is going to be, you know, a wolf, or what I would consider a monster, like a drifter, and then it would only tune itself. Damn, this thing is almost full already. Holy crap. So if I go here, he's safe. As soon as he walks there, boom, half second, right? So I think that's pretty good, right? I think that's pretty good. Where's the big fountain of body fluid spraying to the ceiling from the corpses? It just eats them. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like... Oh, it's too light here. Oh, it's maxed out. Oh, that's why it stopped eating. It maxed out. It actually maxed out in a weird way, huh? This, let's level it out, because it's not supposed to do that. So at the very end here, I'm going to say if... It's going to be this right here. So if the current is greater than or equal to the max, then I'm just going to say the current is going to equal the max. So this should pop right away. There we go. So you won't be able to, get any weird little gaps. Oh, hate these ads. Hungry boy at full. So hungry. I should put something here. Instead of this nexus is resonating, I should tell you in the tooltip that it's full. That way you're like, well, why did it stop? Just in case you missed it, you missed the fact that it's 1,000 out of 1,000. So instead of this is resonating, right? This nexus is resonating. I'm going to do a couple of things. We're going to put an if statement here. I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to say else. There we go. And I'm going to pop this into here. Now I'm going to say if this dot current stored essence current is greater than or equal to this dot stored essence max. I'm going to say lines and then lines 1. This will be lines 1. This nexus is maxed. Or I'll say this nexus is full. There you go. Boop. And boop. There we go. So that should start right away. There we go. This nexus is full. So you got a couple things, right? It stops working, the particles stop, and when you look over it, this nexus is full. And I tell you what the nexus amounts are. Maybe add a body-crunching, bone-breaking sound when something dies from it. I do want to do another pass. It's not going to be in this update. It'll be like in the next one with sounds. There are a lot, like when these are running, I'm going to have sounds that you can hear, when you get close to it. When it does whatever it does, right? Like when this pulls something in, I want to find some creepy sounds of it, like some kind of, or, something, some kind of portal. When it kills something, I want to add some kind of creepy effect as well. Some kind of creepy sound. Same thing with this, right? Like while it's running, it'll have its own thing. Add mana meat when you do that. No, I'm not adding mana meat. Slurp. Yeah, I'll do that and record myself. But, things like when a rift affects the plants, I'm going to have sounds for that as well. I just need to find these sounds, and or partially make them. But that's going to be a whole nother pass. Not going to be in this one, because I know I'm going to rabbit hole myself. And this update is just about done. You know what? the next thing to do is to go into the recipes. We need to adjust all of these recipes, which means that I need to go through the configs, pretty much all the configs. We need to go down to like the root here, because like 25 per mana torch is not what we're gonna do here. Rustbound magic. What am I looking for? Here we go. This is the one thing we're looking for. This references is going to be the other thing. I think it's just going to be these two that we need to look at. Boop. And actually, we would need the references over this part. You know what? We're just going to look at references first. Boop. I probably should... I may need to reorganize these as well. That way everything makes sense. Let's take a look at the pedestal. We got to make an Oculus. You know what? I'm not going to do it in this world. Ready to go to the creative world. Creative! It's so magic. Oh, God, I just looked over. I still have the spiced Coca-Cola Zero. I got to burn that bottle. Burn his sheets. All right, I believe, yeah, this is in that weird state that it seems to put itself in. Pedestal. Oh, I need a resonator. Boop. Disconnect. Boop. Boop. Reconnect. There we go. Nice and fresh. Get rid of all of that. So we got a runic scroll, rusty gear. So we have all of these tier 1 spells. Let's focus on the tier 1 spells. Readjusting all of those. So I'm going to... How can I see both here? This is my jam. Robotnik. That fucking hedgehog. I'm gonna make hedgehog stew when I catch him. Alright, so I'm gonna make a bunch of space here. I'm gonna sort this out based on tier. So I'm gonna do something like a tier 1. Whoops. There we go. So we got the scroll. We're gonna have the rusty gear, which is right there. We're going to have the Nexus, Ritual Altar, the Oculus, the Spellforge, the Sanctum. Pretty much all of these. All right. Boop. And then we have our clothing, right? So we got our apprentice stuff. Let's... Of course, I have everything spread out. So this would be the apprentice hat. All right, you know what? I'm done. We're going back to Loop Hero. There we go. Dragon Force through the fire and flames. Oh, man. We're doing that. Yes. Oh, wait. I can't because I'm going to YouTube. So that was less than, what, 5 seconds? I think we're good. Damn it. I hate that. Fine, back to freaking Loop Hero. There. Oh, man. All right. Paste. And we got the apprentice trousers. Boop. So we got the hat, we got the robe, we have the pants. I'm gonna need to find the staff, which is right here. Boop. And then what else do we have? And the Sigil of Awakening. Yeah, that can't be 1200 anymore. Okay, so this is all of the tier 1 stuff. Now we have to think in terms of how much essence can one generate on average, right? So we go to the top here. So no upgrades, right? I'm going to assume that you do not have any upgrades. Actually, we'll keep two things in mind here. Either no upgrade or just the tier 1 upgrade. There we go. No upgrade, tier 1. So tier 1 is going to be 24 seconds, right? So every 24 seconds, you will get a tick of mana, which will boost this up to, instead of 2 per minute, this is going to be, it's going to be a decimal point, right? So we'll just say 2 again. But over time, it will be a little quicker. 24. Yeah, because it would be like 2.5 or something. It starts off pretty low per 30 seconds, right? So that would be 20. Yeah. Because it would just be -6, right? Yeah. So you're not really getting much. Like, you could have 48 light essence a day, but you can also have neutral nexus. So I know when I had my little farm, I had maybe 15 to 20 plants. It took me a couple like in-game days, you know, while I was doing other things to get the plants, right, to start my own farm. And I increased the speed too. I nerfed the amount of time it takes to kind of go through. So Rusty Dust, no upgrade, would be right here. Oh, I forgot to put the bonus amounts in. Let's go scroll down. So neutral. So I need to do essence to add multiplied by this dot. Shoot. It's going to be a little further down. I'm trying to use all the same stuff here. Use everything in the same way. This right here is what I'm going to want. So that means if you have no caps, it's going to be fine. And then I'm just going to multiply it by whatever it is. So basically with this, in the neutral essence, if you can get more, if you can get the caps, each thing is going to give you more. So it's either going to be for like the temporal fragment. With no upgrade, you only get 8 per consumption. If you have the tier 4, you get 40 because it multiplies it. So the neutral essence is definitely the way to go. But I'm going to assume that you can get the tier 1 upgrade because that you should be getting runestone pretty early. And actually using it in your nexus. So that means you would get 16 per. Copy all of that, paste it in. So all that's no upgrade. This would be tier 1. Tier 1. Just do a copy and paste. Boom, 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 and boom. These numbers are incorrect. I have all the numbers on my phone. I just have to transcribe them. So no upgrade. That's fine. 6 per minute. That's fine. So this is going to be 8 per 1 minute. Going to make it, well, obviously 8 per 1 minute. I can get rid of that. But that still comes out the same per half day and per full day because this can run 24/7. So if you have a big enough farm and you have plenty of drops and you have enough to where this thing could just chug all day. So if you have less, this would be less than a stack of 64. Right off the bat, you can get 384 and have some left over with a stack of 64 to go like a quarter into the next day because it's 48 minutes per full day cycle, which I think that's not bad. And then for this, you would have 20. This would be 40. This would be, whoops, 60, and this would be 80. And I believe I have all of these times the same. Oh, and we have the temporal gear as well. So the temporal gear I'm going to put here. The temporal gear is actually going to be in between, I think, the greater and the superior, I think is the way I had it. Yeah, so it's going to be, and it's the thing with the temporal gears, it's going to take 5 minutes for it to eat it. You will get a burst of 150, which means that... Least. So per 1 minute, I believe it comes up to 30. Yeah, actually, it puts it in between lesser and the greater one temporal gear. And that comes up to 480 per half day. Right? If you can get this running for a full day, well, it's just 480 times 2. Right? So that's 960 per day. Is the theoretical maximum cap, right? So far, I mean, we're kind of pushing towards $1,000 anyways. All right, and for the rest of this stuff, these were 2-minute intervals here. Everything was just 2 minutes. And that means that per half day, let's get rid of that. I don't need to see what the 1-minute intervals are for these. So if you can get greater Arcanus, that would be 480. This would be 720. And remember, all of these are without any kind of caps. This is the slowest and the lowest these values can be. All right, now that all of those are in, I'm going to copy this. We're going to paste it in. So instead, this should be tier 1 instead of down there, because now it's in the right format. I'm going to delete that. Oop. Delete that. Okay. So this is all going to be tier 1. Yeah, tier 1. So this, ideally, you should be using the caps as soon as you get them. If you are smart, it is the first thing when you get the ritual altar. It's the first kind of ritual that you start spamming out, so that way you can upgrade your Nexus cap with a cap. Which means that all of these double, right? So this would be 2, this would be 16. This right here would be 300. So that would be 12 per minute. Let's do 16 times 24. So that would be 384. Which means this number is 384. This would be, what, 300 divided by 5. So this would be 60. Let's do 60 times 24. Yeah, these numbers, they start to accumulate quite a bit. 1440 for the whole day. Times 2, 2880. There we go. For 384 times 2. Damn, these numbers, 768. Yeah, and then it just gets better, right? So I'll do the math for this bottom one, but I'm not going to be too worried about anything else here. So this would become 40, and that's per 2 minutes. So if we do 20 times 24, so that would be 480 per day, or per half day, multiplied by 2, so 960, right? The numbers are getting a lot better. So technically, when you're a tier 1 mage and you have the right caps on, the tier 1 caps, and that's even if no one gives you any other caps, you with the neutral burning items, you can pretty much max it out in a day. right? If you get a bunch of the Arcanus here, so every 2 minutes, it consumes 1 for the Lesser Arcanus. That means that with a stack of, right? Because if it's, I mean, it's 48 divided by 2, right? So it would be 24. With 24 temporal or Lesser Arcanus, putting 24, a stack of 24 in, you could let it run all day and you'll end up with 960 at the end of that 24-hour day, if you don't sleep, right? I don't do the whole, like, as everything accelerates, like, unless it speeds up the ticks, in which case, that's kind of nasty. But, right, just playing regular, that's 1 day, 1 period. That's a lot. And then the Dark Nexus, I mean, this math is going to be the easiest. What do I have? What do we have here? Let's copy, paste, tab. No upgrade. It's going to take 3. It's going to give 3 per 5 seconds, right? Because that's what the ticking interval is. That would equal to 60 per 1 minute that it can, and this is at its, maximum. And this is without anything. So within a half day, it's 1,440 that you can get. The tier 1, that's going to be 6 per 5 second interval. With that, it effectively doubles this, so it's going to be 120 per minute. 120 times 24, yeah, 2,880. 2,880. And for the tier 4, right, it's going to be 15 every 5 seconds. So that would be 15 times 6, because it's going to tick 6 times, so that's... No, that can't be right. That's not right, right? What's 6 times 20? That's 120. So it would be 15 times 20. 300. That's what the number would be. So it would be 300 per 1 minute. And then 300 times 24. So per half day, it's 7,200. So yeah, and then multiply that by 2, because that would be a full day. So 14,400. I think that is ridiculous per day. 2,880 times 2. So per day for this, and these are your theoretical maxes, right? If you're unlucky, or you don't put the amount of items in, or things don't spawn as frequently as you thought, or whatever the weirdness would be, these are going to be, of course, lower, but probably, if you're dedicating time to it and sacrificing things actively, or you take advantage of a temporal storm, or nighttime caves or something, you're fine. This is going to be that per day. I like the new balance changes. And this would be 2,880 per day without an upgrade. If you don't have at least a tier 1 upgrade, shame on you. For shame. Oop. There we go. Kind of space everything out so it's easier to read. Healing spell and sit on it. You could use healing spells. Actually, if you try and use a healing spell on a drifter, you're gonna kill it faster. So you may want to be careful with what you heal. May want to be careful there. You know what I could do? Nah, heal yourself. It doesn't affect players. The dark Nexus does not take from entity players. So it doesn't take from entity items either. Yeah, you can't cheese it like that. Womp womp womp. Sorry, Exodus. I already thought of that. Denied. Denied. All right, so we have all of that. I need to find where the spell books are. Where are the grimoires? Guess we're breeding pigs then. How much HP does a pig have? If you don't mind me asking. Is it like 6? Is it 8? 24? Pig. Oh, a little piglet. Boar, right? That's what they call them. Bored. 15. Not bad. So you'd get 5 ticks out of that. Piggies! Pigs to slaughter. You know what I can do? I could specifically look for drifters, and if it's not like what I consider a rust creature, maybe the efficiency could be cut in half. Maybe. Because I do have to think about people breeding things, right? And then being like, all right, bring them to slaughter. Like, you could still do that, and that's fine. But, you know, some of the bigger animals, like a pig. Here, we're gonna break this. All right, piggy. I gave you life for now. You know, actually, just eat it. We're gonna start fresh. All right. So that's fresh. So 1 pig. Let's see how much it fills it. And this is with just a regular Nexus. How quickly can you set it up if you're carrying it in survival? If you are carrying this in survival, you just need magic chalk. And you place it down with magic chalk around it to turn it on and walk away. Add assault. So I got 18. Frick, man. 18 from 1 pig. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a check. And I'm going to make sure that it is a rust creature. You'll get more out of a rust creature. Does it eat butterflies? No, it does not. Butterflies do not have health. Or it shouldn't eat butterflies. Let's give it a try. I don't think it eats butterflies, because they're an entity, but they don't have health. Oh, that's not the item for it. Creature. Why can't I spawn any butterflies? Oh, it's dead. Ha! Butterfly dead, butterfly dead. I want the living ones, man. Here we go. Seriously. Why am I unable to summon any butterflies? Weird, right? These are the living butterflies. The creature. I don't know, man. Can you eat it? Just the freaking item. Butterflies don't have HP. They're ambient creatures that kind of fly around. So, these resonators would not eat a butterfly. Because I do a simple search here. If we go further down. Right here, I take a list of entity agents. And then from the entity agents, they have to have the health behavior and they have to be considered alive. But it's odd you can't summon them. Yeah, I don't know if it's just something with Creative World. I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. I don't know. Edit code. Oh, let's see. It's because I moved a bunch of things in here. We are going to have to restart the game. But I'm going to finish sorting out everything here. All right, so let's start at tier 2. So it's going to be the Runic Scroll 2. So I can do tier 2. All right, where are my Runic Scrolls? Here it is. Boom, Runic Scroll 2. Paste. Rusty Gear Bulk. Paste. Temporal Gear. Boom. Mana Torch. Boom. Light Mana Torch and Dark Mana Torch. Oh, so all of these. Boom. The Essence Lacrimas. There we go. Magician's Hat. Whoops. There we go. So this is all of the other equipment here. So cut that out. Paste. Cut this out. Paste. Cut that out. Paste. We got the staff as well, right? Yep, we got the staff. Magician's Staff. We also have the utility block Magic Ward, which is down here. Cut. Paste. And we're going to have the Arcane Bag, which should be further down here as well. Paste. So that's all the tier 2 ones. We'll do tier 3 next. It's going to be a lot easier to sort these, to assign values when we know what's what. Tier 3 is definitely going to be light, and so is tier 4. We are starting with the tier 3 Rune Scroll. And the reason why tier 3 and tier 4 are light, because I don't have all those features in yet. So tier 1 has quite a bit. Tier 2 has some stuff. Yeah, and it's going to have more. It's going to have the Bastion as well, and Prisms are going to be things that you make in here. Doo-doo. All right, so we got the tier 3 scroll. We have the Temporal Gear, the bulk version of the Temporal Gear stuff. Cut that out. Paste it in. Doo-doo. The Essence Vault. Where's that Essence Vault? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where the hell is it? Where'd it go? All right, so the Essence Vault, the Mana Torch, here we go. The bulk versions of this. And we have the Spellweaver's equipment. I'm going to be smarter about this. Cut. We need to get the Spellweaver staff here, so I'm just going to copy this block of 4. Paste it right there. And that's it for that. So again, tier 3 is a little lighter. Then everything else is going to be tier 4. Which isn't going to be a lot either. Right? We have the Runic Scroll. Right there. And then it's going to be the Mana Lantern. And then we go right into the equipment. So the Archmage. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to paste this right here. I'm going to rearrange these a little bit. I want all of the stations to be like almost first. The Runic Scroll is really important, so that's the first thing. And then I'm going to kind of bump everything down from there. So it's going to be all of your station stuff. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. So it's going to be the Runic Scroll, the stations. Then it goes into the Mage Armor. Paste that in. Any utility blocks I will have after the stations. And then we have our equipment, because equipment and like the staves and stuff are going to be, you know, what you would probably not want to scroll around here. So I'll even put the staff first. Yeah, that way it reads a little better. Cut that out, paste that in. Dark mana torches, those are going to be at the bottom. The bulk temporal gear is going to be right there. There's the essence vault. The mana stream generator is a tier 4 thing. I think I'm going to make it tier 3. Because I think the tier 4 utility block that I want to put in is going to be the beacon. Right? That's kind of what I talked about. So you can place the block down. You can attach it to your essence system, and it can convert like mana stone into hearthstones that are tied to that specific block. And what you'll be able to do is give that to other people and use it as a one-time use teleport back to that area. So you could put it in a town square or something. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. A mage can make one type for their workshop and another thing, and they could just consume the items and kind of teleport around. So that means that the mana stream generator becomes a tier 3 thing. So let's cut that out and paste that into here right after the Nexus Vault. There we go. All right, so now we're going to have the runic scroll. I'm not going to put the beacon in yet because the block doesn't even exist. I could summon them in creative, so I guess you broke everything. Yeah, probably. Eh. I broke it. Magic ain't easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. Alright, so we have the Archmage stuff, which is going to be this, this, and this. I'm going to put the Archmage staff up top here. Cut all of that out. Paste it there. Now we're going to have our Mana Lantern, the Bag of Holding, paste. Okay, that means I have a lot of dead stuff here. Like, oh, that was all of the old purification stuff. Gone. The World Magic Array that I made last night fixes that problem. The bracelets are eventually going to come back, but it's going to be in a different form, and it's going to do different things. That's going to be a definite tier 4 thing. I'm going to cut this out and paste these up top here. All right, so everything is kind of organized. We need to... I'm going to make myself a note for things. So at this point, max should be... I'll say the max should be 1,000. With this, the maximum should be 5,000, because that's how much a Lacrima can hold. With this, technically, the max would be 20,000. Right? Max should be 20,000. I don't have a good max for tier 4 stuff as well. I guess technically that would be 25,000 the way it sits right now. I may end up making something else that can just hold a lot, like a black hole or something that can hold a ridiculous amount of essence. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Boop. I can get rid of that. There we go. Sweet. All right, we're going to shut down the game because it is going to be very unhappy with what I just did. You know, and I want to rearrange the creative mode stuff now, or not the creative, the pedestal layout to this new format. Pedestal. Where the hell's my pedestal block? There it is. I'm starting to get tired. Fair warning, everyone. Starting to get tired. Oh, I don't do it in the pedestal block. I do it in the GUI for the pedestal. Here it is. So let's rearrange this stuff here. I'm just going to pop this right there, make it full screen so I could see side by side. All right, so the first thing's going to be the runic scroll. Just going to create a bunch of space. Then we're going to go with the nexus, the altar, the core, everything right through to the sanctum. So that's going to be the next. Now we're going to get the staff. It's going to be the apprentice staff will be next. And then all 3 armors in this order. And now we're going to go into the rusty gear. And then the sigil of awakening. I don't need any of these infusions here. And I am keeping the bracelet in. All right, so I got to do the same thing on the bottom because this is just the name. Boop, there we go. So we're going to have to cut all of these. All right, so it's going to be the runic scroll, every type of station. And then we are going to go with the staff that leads into the armor right there. And then we got the rusty gear and the sigil of awakening. And if anyone has any other things that they would like to see Synthesis create, let me know. This is not set in stone here. You see, I like to put in like the rusty gears and the temporal gears. Someone has brought it up that it would be nice to be able to make clay. That way when they're doing their winter stuff, you know, you can maybe do a ritual or something for it. So, you know, that was a good idea that I do want to put in. That's high quality H2O right there. Tastes better. Better than better. All right, it means I can get rid of all this crap. There we go. Perfect. So that's all the tier 1 stuff reorganized. Let's go into tier 2 stuff. Boop. All right, tier 2. We're going to start with the scroll. We are going to have the bastion that's next. So I'm going to put that there. It's commented out because it's coming in like the next update. I think the next update will be a, if anyone has any more feedback, right? Tweaking things. Maybe stuff you can't find in the Arctic or the tropics. Yeah, I would just need to know what they are. I haven't really played in the Arctic, so I don't know. I'm up to I'm open to suggestions, though. That's part of that feedback loop, right? Feedback. All right, let's pull out the magician's staff. Paste. Cut all of those out, paste those in, right? So we go down to, it's going to be the bastion, the magic ward. There's your staff, there's your equipment. We're going to go with the rusty gear bulked. The temporal gear, you will have your mana torches. You know what? Cut. Yeah. I'll put it that way. You got to scroll anyways. We are going to go into the Lacrimas, last but not least, the Arcane Bag. So we have to put it in this order. So this will be the Bastion. Let's pull out the Magic Ward next, right there. Magician's Staff. Cut, paste, cut, paste. All right. Now we go into the bulk rusty gear. We go into the temporal gear. We get into the mana torches, the lacrimas, and the arcane bag. I'll consult a specialist of masochistic game settings, but even reeds and wood are rare, actually non-existent really. I believe soil for farming is practically non-existent in the Arctic. Well, for the soil, thank you for that pepper shot, or popper shot. There is a ritual to create dirt from gravel. So if the Arctic does still have gravel, you will be able to perform rituals to purify that land into low quality, medium quality, high quality, and terra preta, depending on your mage tier. So you're going to be covered there. As for reeds, in reeds and wood are rare. I would agree with you there. For the reeds, I could make it to where the shifting fibers may be able to play a part in that. I'm not sure though, because I also have shifting fibers kind of can act like flax twine, but I'm not sure how to create a reed. You know what I mean? Or wood for that matter. Makes sense. This is the first coding stream of yours I've joined. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. Also, nothing to eat except polar bears, Arctic foxes, and maybe fish. Hexadin, I'm not putting in magic meat, damn it. You know, Vice. It would be great to not have to hunt down a polar bear. We need magic meat, man. I want to taste the mana. Maybe it's like Skittles. All right, cut that out, paste that in. So again, we're going to go with the runic scrolls, the magic vault, the slipstream generator, which I really like that. I love the buff that came with it now. Oh, I don't even have it in here. What? Get at. Yeah. Oh, wait, because I have it as tier 4. That's right. Mana stream generator. Whoops, what am I doing? Needs to go right in here. I'm gonna make it a tier 3. Tier 3 any essence. Alright, so mana stream generator. Edible rot. Perfect. It's edible. It's delicious. Actually, non-meat would be best food type, I guess. Tofu. Just turn rot to cheese. It's practically the same thing. Hexadin. I love cheese. Well, you know what? Fair enough. There are some cheeses that smell like a war crime. I don't want to make those. If I okay, I'll say this again. If I add magic food, it's gonna be like mana muffins or something. You know, it's not gonna be anything too crazy. It's gonna be mana muffins. Maybe I don't know. A stale bread roll. I don't know. It'll be something though. It'll be something. Edible rot. Tensiety gives rust sickness. Oh, I should make it to where if I do add food, I'm totally gonna make it give you rust sickness. Rust sickness. All right, let me continue sorting this stuff. I'm gonna focus up a little bit. So we have the mana stream generator, then we have the staff, and then we have the Spellweaver's armor. We're gonna have the bulk temporal gear. We're going to have the bulk for the mana torches, all right there. And then I think that is indeed it. I can get rid of all of this purification stuff because it's not needed anymore. Which means I get to come down here. I'm going to have to cut out this. We're going to paste that in. So we're going to look for the Essence Vault first. Right, runic scrolls, then the Essence Vault, then the Mana Stream Generator, then the Spellweaver Staff, right there, and then we'll have all the Spellweaver Armor, and then it's going to go into the Bulk Temporal Gear, and then right into Mana Stone, or Mana Torches in Bulk. 10 satiety, or just had a spell called Rot Food. That's seemingly useless, but increases cheese aging speed. That sounds like a good use of R&D time into a spell. What'd you work on for the past couple days? Well, I could have added crazy temporal elemental portals, but I added a new spell called Rot Cheese. It's delicious. Oh my god, man. Hey, here's a question for you. So I have a bulk thing for mana torches. Should that be a tier 2 or a tier 3 thing for mana torches? Or should I have 2 different kinds of bulk recipes? What do we think? What sounds the best? While I wait for something here, I think this is going to be pretty much good to go. I gotta move this, cut this out, the mana lantern and the bag of holding. That's it. This one's going to be easy. So cut that out, paste that there, cut, paste. So we got the staff, we got our armor, we have the inner mana lantern. Boom, the bag of holding. Dunzo. Let's start the game and check out everything. I'll know right away if I messed up something because it's going to crash. Give sickness, just add a spell. Oh, okay, best spell right there. The Rot spell. Any chance of including Thaumaturge into the mod? What do you mean by is that a particular mod? Are you talking about like Thaumcraft, or it may be a mod that I'm not familiar with? In which case, I would have to research and see what the best parts of that mod are and then bring them over. Because, like, for Witchery, I think the best part of Witchery was their rituals there, right? Getting the big ritual block down, kind of putting your skull or whatever on top, and then... Oh, in here! Yeah, I get to delete all of this bulk out. Sweet, man. Oh, sweet Jesus. Lordy, lordy. Save. Build. Hey, it failed again. All right, where did it fail this time? Failed. Ah, right here. Oh, this is for my unused recipes. I'm going to delete all of those. I don't need them anymore. I saved them for now. Well, back when I did save them, I just wanted a record of them in case I was going to backpedal. Not anymore. Unused. All of these, right? Purification, infusion, delete. Goodbye. All right, now let's try to rebuild. Rebuild. Yeah, success. All right, let's start the game. Just the word? You mean the name of the mod, like Rustbound Thaumaturge Magic or something? Or are you talking about like the name of like what the Rust Mage class is? Or are you talking about like Thaumaturge robes? Or you mean like that with just the word? Yeah, let's take a look. Hey, it didn't crash. All right, this is the new order. So you're going to have your scroll, you're going to have all of the blocks you can make right into the staff, and then the special stuff. Tier 2 is going to be the same thing. Tier 3, looking good. All right, right there, right into your Essence Vault, your Magic Station. And then there is Tier 4. So like I was saying, let's make the bulk mana torch. Boop. And let's make it daytime. There we go. Pick that up. So this right here makes 16 torches at a time. What I'm thinking is tier 1. Tier 1, you're not gonna be able to make mana torches in the through synthesis. You are gonna have to use the flat tire stuff here. Boop. Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, GM1. This is gonna be your mana sickness here, your rust sickness. Freaking out, man. GM2. Popper, just make an add-on mod for X skills with magic and call it Thaumaturgy. Something like Thaumatur's robes, yeah. I mean, it's just a localized key. I didn't use Thaumaturge. I ended up with Spellweaver. I have Apprentice, Magician, Spellweaver, and Archmage. Thaumaturge could be more of a tier 4 kind of thing. I don't know. All the armor is currently made. Can you think of anything that could be put in there? Like a Thaumaturge table? It's a normal table, but fancier. It's normal. Some variety would add to the mystique. Yeah. Also, I'm the one that also gets all of the complaints and confusion questions when things do not have some kind of consistency. So I have tried to be mysterious, and it blew up like a literal turd in my face. So I'm not opposed to using Thaumaturge and things. I just don't know what would be renamed for it. Tier 4 secret side grade. It could be, yeah, it could be some kind of like the Thaumaturge. But I mean, Archmage sounds like it would be higher than mere Thaumaturge, you know what I mean? But especially when you think about games like Final Fantasy where the Thaumaturge, right, becomes a black mage, right? So it's not the higher, or is that the case? Is that the case, or is it the other way around? Yeah, right? It seems like it would be a little below, yeah, the Archmage, right? I don't know. I mean, if you have an idea, right? I like the word. I just don't know how to use it. Because if I rename something like Spellweavers or Magicians, people will be you know, coming at me with pitchforks. Why'd the name change, Vice? You son of a bitch! I trusted you, and this is what you do. Basically means study of magic is science, right? Yeah, I think so. Ad break. Freaking ads, man. Can always subscribe. And then you won't get any ads, huh? All right. I gotta change a couple of things here. Oh wait, I didn't finish my thoughts here. So I'm thinking tier 1 mages, you're gonna have to make your torches through a nexus. Tier 2, you will get the ability to make torches right here. You'll be able to make these like mana torches through synthesis. And what I should do is have it be a bulk recipe instead of a single use, because I think this is single right now. So I may have to change that. Maybe I can put like ×4, right? So maybe you can make like 4 at a time. And then maybe then the other one, right? The tier 3 version, the bulk version, could be 16 at a time. And then ideally tier 4, I'm not going to give you a bulk version because you can make the mana lantern, which is going to be the mana torch that doesn't get consumed, that you can use for everything. So yes, I think that's the way. That is the way. I'm no longer responsible for errors after updates or shit. Are you sure, RC? Did you field any questions, man? Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Or be subbed on both Twitch and Patreon like me. Yeah, Fritz! You are keeping the lights on here. You are keeping the lights on. Also, cough, cough, ad blocker. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with people using ad blocker. You know, sub, don't sub. Do Patreon stuff, don't. Like, it's appreciated, but it's not required. But I do appreciate it. I appreciate it, Fritz. Let's change this recipe, because this is a tier 2, right? Oh wait, let's turn off synthesis. I'm just gonna do this. Break it. Boop. Let's go back into here. I'm just going to add that to that. Perfect. Let's go back into here. So yeah, tier 2 has the torches. Yeah, we got our mana torches. I'm gonna change the name of that. So I like the idea of you being able to make torches in bulk. You know what? No. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Damn, that wind is strong. I don't know if you can hear it, but it feels like it is pummeling the house right now. I hope my power doesn't die. I hope we don't get a brownout or anything. That is some strong wind. Holy crap. Wonder what garbage is gonna be, because tomorrow's garbage pickup day. It's crazy. Yeah, ad blockers tend to stop working for a few days at a time when Twitch deploys new countermeasure. That's why I use the one I paid for. They earn my money by bypassing it quickly. That sounds like quality. Also, probably something I should utilize too. I'm gonna close that out. Okay, so we need to actually go through now that everything. Oh wait, we never changed the generator, the mana stream generator recipe. This needs to be... Oh, shoot. I did it already. Tier 3. It is Tier 3. Okay. This is Tier 2. Okay, never mind. There's nothing to do. Okay. My bad. Close all tabs. We're going to clean up a little bit. So really, we just need this open right now. Because now we got to go through and start shotgunning things in. Runic scroll. How much should a runic scroll be? You know what? 50 is actually not a bad number. The Nexus station being 25? Let's take a look. Let's take a look to see what the Nexus does. I am so glad I put all this information in. Look at this, everyone. This is the next update for you. Not only do you get the updated guidebook, but now the handbook has a bunch of custom entities to give you the broad strokes on what that thing does. Right? Neutral essence generator. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. Neutral essence. Yeah, consuming things a certain fuel. Turn the station on. Yeah. Mana poisoning. Oh, I changed it to rust sickness. Let's change that localized key, shall we? Mana poisoning. Oh, you past vice. The things that you did not know you would want to change. There we go. Mana poisoning. Rust. Sickness. It's going to be rust sickness, and then blight is going to be the worst version of it. While this magic station's turned on, players too close will become rust, or will get the debuff called rust sickness. You know what I should say? There are times when getting too close to certain rustic things. There are times when getting too close to certain rustic things Ah, that doesn't really read right, huh? Oh, yeah. Does rust sickness happen to non-mages? Hell yeah, it does. Non-mages, you don't want to go through like so like this right here, right? Just being turned on and the fact that it doesn't have any pillars. If you get too close to this as a non-mage, you get rust sickness. With this, right? Because I'm a tier 1 mage, I get rust sickness from this. So like, right, I'm in survival now. Oh, let's eat some vintage meat. Whoops. Didn't mean to cast a spell. I wasted precious mana. Oh no. So this right here, I'm fine. This has higher caps. This, I get rust sickness. Freaking out, man. And it's slowly draining my satiety right now. And it lasts for 5 seconds, and then it wears off. Objects. Yeah, objects. That's good. Twitch should make their own paid ad blocker. I think they do make their own paid ad blocker. It's called whatever that global subscription is that you can get with Twitch. So I think Hexadin did. I think they did do it. Earn my money by passing. Yeah, make sure you save often. Just want to make sure I'm reading everything. Somehow rustic is both wrong and right in this case. Well, yeah, I mean the whole premise of the mod, right? Like, to gain magic, you have to lower your temporal stability to like 0, right? And then you're allowed to peer through the void. When you discover new spells, you drain your temporal stability there as well. I didn't want this to drain temporal stability. I want it to actually physically hurt you in some way because I have things that allow you to spawn rifts. With the rust etymological related to us, is rustic etymologically related to rust? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, we're all just kind of building our own lore at this point, right? There's no such thing as rust sickness, but there is now. They're freaking out. But if this is off, right? If I break this, yeah, I'll just break it. Left, right, left, right. See, now it's a... There we go. Now it's only running at, nodes here, so I don't get rust sickness. Now that would give me rust sickness because now it's powerful, right? It's booking things out. Rust Latin meeting the country. All right, I guess so. I don't know what you're talking about, Hexadin, but you do you, my friend. Rust German meaning red. Rust German? What are you talking about, man? Are you okay, Hexadin? Do we need to call someone? Type a 1 if you're all right, /GM2. You little piggy. Little piggy. All right, we were working on this, right? Rust sickness. There are times when getting too close to certain objects, right? There are times when getting too close to certain objects can be harmful to a player. And you know what? Not harmful to a player. Can give a player, or can give players a debuff called that's what it is. We did it. Rust sickness can be avoided if your magic tier is 1 level higher than the runestone caps, or yeah. I'll just leave that for now. You know what? It's kind of sentence fragmenty, but I think people will get it. Boop. Etymology, nerding out is valid. Nerding out, yeah, sure. Moments later, little piggy was dismembered by Dark Nexus. I really should I put something like that? Like when it kills the thing? Because what does this say now? Oh, we gotta make it dark out. I'm so sorry, Piggy. 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds. Pig's just limping along. Get me out of here, but I'm not too urgent to run away. I'll just casually sniff the ground. Goodbye, Piggy. You got 2 more hits and you 1 more. This is it, sir. And or madam. Doesn't say anything. Oh, wait, yeah, because I dispose of the body. So you're talking about, like, over the top. Because there's nothing that's actually said. Players will broadcast something, but creatures don't broadcast anything. Alright, I didn't miss anything. Seraphs. That's what we are. Right, little piggy? I'm a weird-looking monster to you, huh? Yeah. Oink, oink, right back at you. Alright, what are we doing here? I was looking at something, and then I got sidetracked. The Nexus. Oh, the recipes. We were fine-tuning things. So it takes 1 less temporal fragment. Okay, so this is what I can do. I can get the cost in resources for all of this, and then maybe divide it in half. Right, so really it's going to be 3 mana stones, which will be 3 rusty dust, 1 temporal fragment, which, so it would be 1, 2, 3, and then 8. Let's go back to the references. So I think 25, 8. So technically it would be 16 essence. Because then you multiply that by 2, and then, you know, I just won't count, you know, this towards it, the Nexus frame. Because you'll need one of those regardless of what you do. Because you'll have to throw that in. So maybe I can use half the essence, but it will cost 16. Maybe I could do like 15 essence. You know, actually, I like 25, because what you're doing here is you are bypassing. It takes half the resources to make this in the Nexus than it does just in the world. So you actually save by making this in the Nexus. To make it more appetizing, right? More appealing, I will allow you to make this for 5 essence. Because in the beginning, you're gonna have to do some farming, but these are really easy materials to get. The hardest thing is actually the clay forming, but everything else is going to be really easy to get. So, oh, and I didn't mean to do that for everything. I just meant to do that for the Nexus. All right, let's look at the Ritual Altar. That's going to be the next thing. So for this one, it's going to be 1 Lesser Arcanus, a Shifting Fiber, and 2 Mana Stones. So that's going to be 2. I will add 1 more for 3. And then the Lesser Arcanus was 20, right? 25 is actually going to be pretty good there. So we'll leave that at 25. The Oculus. Let's take a look at that. The Oculus. Oculus Core. So this is where the savings is going to come in a little more. So 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 for that one. I could round down because I like numbers to be, so that would be 45 for that. The pedestal. Oh, the pedestal is chongassy. Look at that. Ooh. So technically it takes 1 rusty dust, but it takes a copper ingot, which is going to be... It cuts this recipe in half too. This is going to be a good one here. So if we start off with 40, 41, 42. So let's just say 45. Let's make it 65 for the pedestal. The Spellforge. Boom. Oh, this one's only synthesis. Only via synthesis. All right, so I'm going to move this over here. We need to look at the recipe to see what it requires. Recipes. Oculus. Station. Spellforge. All right, so it's going to take 4 mana stone, so that's not bad. Eldrathrium. Lesser Arcanus. So what I'm thinking with this one could be 100. That'll be pretty good. The Sanctum probably should be... Oh, let's take a look at that spell. Or not the spell, but the amount. 2, we got Shifting Fibers in there. We got the Arcanus. So it's going to be similar. This one probably should be a little more expensive. But not by much. I will give it 150 for that one. And again, right, this is me just like, who knows if the balance is going to be good, but at least retuning everything, because like 400 for a staff. 400, no, but I mean, why not try 200? Let's mitigate that even more, right? But actually, you go through the staves pretty quickly when you cast spells, when you're actually using it. So the question becomes, what does the balance feel like? The makeshift staves suck. They're horrible. You are going to want this. And even then, I think it lasts maybe twice as long. Let's take a look at the staff. Because now's the time to balance all this stuff. Here we go. Tools. Spellcasting. I want durability. Give me the durability amounts. Please and thank you. Here we go. Yeah, the makeshift staff is only 50. You get 50 spellcasts. The apprentice is 300. Actually, I did beef it up. That's pretty damn good. That's actually really good. And you can use the transmogrification stones on it too when you're tier 2. So I think that's pretty good at 200. The mage armor. The hat. The chest should be, the robe should be the biggest punch to the gut. I'm going to put that at 250. The pants, I'm going to put at 200. And the hat is going to be 150. I think lowering all of that from the 400 that it was, I think that's going to be good. The rusty gear, this one may not be able to change. So what do I have? A rusty gear breaks down into what? Let's take a look at the rusty gear recipe. Where is it? Oh, further down. That goddamn wind, man. That freaking wind. Rusty gear. Right, so it takes 8 temporal fragments to make a rusty gear. Why don't I make this... Oh, did I close it out? No, I didn't. Okay, it's right here. I'm gonna pop this out. I didn't want to do that. There we go. So instead of 25... So you are going to be able to create rusty gears. I need to keep in mind that this one should be a little more expensive because you can now use rusty dust and shifting fibers to create temporal fragments on the fly. No longer is it just locked to drops from creatures. So with a proper farm, you can mass produce these. I don't want to throw off people's economies. Rusty gears are going to be pretty valuable, right, for the traders and stuff. It should be more of a commodity thing. I'm thinking instead of the amount of essence, and this takes any essence too, so you can pick and choose between the 3 essences. Honestly, this one really does need to be expensive to form those into a rusty gear. I'm thinking 250 for it. Because you can also shatter these into temporal fragments as well. Yeah, and you could get these through rituals by shattering. So, oh yeah, makeshift, get rid of that shit ASAP. Yeah, that's why it's a makeshift, right? Like, it's a garbage staff, but it gets you into, you know, gets you into spellcasting. And it really feels good when you make your first actual staff, when you set up synthesis. Feels good. I think this will prevent people from making, because the thing at 25, with the amount of essence you can generate, you could literally just mass produce a bunch of rusty gears and buy out a freaking trader that's close by. You know what I mean? Like you would chill out everything. Honestly, maybe 250 is too expensive, or is not as expensive as it should be. I don't know. But all these things are changeable in the configs. I kind of don't want to do that. I'll just make that 1,000. I don't want to do that normally, just because I think some people are finding good balanced things for their servers, like good config options for like all these good numbers, and they're not telling me, and I'm getting no feedback because they're using the good numbers. You know what I mean? Like, no one said like, hey, yeah, you know, it works better when you have all this, you know, it feels better and you don't hit that rut that you hit in the default settings, you know? So I think that's done. And the Sigil of Awakening, that's how you level up to tier 2 for your mage stuff. That's going to be hella expensive, right? That's literally going to be the max. I may end up making it a little more expensive. Because you could do this in multi-parts. But I'll leave it at 1,000 for now. Alright, tier 2. So tier 2, you get the Lacrima, which opens up quite a bit. So the Lacrimas, I think, should be 1,000 right off the bat. It's pretty much like an expansion to your internal storage. So what was once 1,000 became 6,000. Technically, this would be 6,000 here for your theoretical maximum. The arcane bag, I'm sorry to say it, that's got to be bumped up a little. With the, let's look at our tier 2 numbers here. Oh, I closed it out. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. So at this point, your tier 2, so the light nexus is going to always be kind of your flat tire, but it consistently is a workhorse. Over here, let's look at this. Okay, this is what I'm going to want. So you'll be able to make Greater Arcanus in tier 2. Tier 2. So basically, it becomes 4/12. So you'll get 120 per 2 minutes, which means it'll be 60 for half, or it'll be 60 per minute. And if you do 60 times 24, whoa. So in a day, you will be able to get 1,440. Oh no, that's in a half day. That's a half day. So if you do 60 times 48, yeah, so for a full day, in just using the neutral nexus, you get 2,880 per day. That's your theoretical maximum that you can generate. Edit code. So, the arcane bag, guess what? Guess how much that's going to be? 5,000. Boom. Blow to the balls. But the arcane bag is pretty fucking good. That's the grind, right? The big things you want to get, of course, are your essence lacrimas, which do not go away, and you can trade that essence with other people. You can also put them in chests too. You can store them. The mana scroll, the runic scroll. Ooh, what should that be? I mean, if we're looking at rates like this, so I can get 120 essence really easily. Damn, man, I'm thinking like 500. Because your generation rates kick up exponentially each tier. Because think about that, right? Like, and this actually, if you have a mage who's higher level, like they're tier 2 and you just started out with magic, they can make the greater runestone blocks for you, and you could trade whatever, right? But they can make them for you, and then you get those bonuses when you place them in. You just have to be careful not to go near a generator while it's on, or you'll get rust sickness because you're too low of a level. So think about that. Like, you could suddenly start burning Arcanus, like Greater Arcanus, right? And if you burn Greater Arcanus, then you get 120 essence per tick. Just from one tick, you could buy pretty much anything in tier 1 just for that one Greater Arcanus. it doubles your output, you know, with everything. So we got to keep that in mind. The Bastion, that's going to be a big boy. That's going to be 25 freaking 100. The Magic Ward, 1,500 for that. Ah, the Magician's Staff. Ooh. So I have it 2 times the amount. Oh man, Tool Staff Magician. I'm thinking 1,000 for that. Yeah, I'm thinking 120 per 2 minutes, right? But that's per item, per one item. So it would take, what, 8? It would take 8 Greater Arcanus to burn them. And that's not even counting the temporal fragments or anything either. And the rusty dust and everything you can, like, feed this thing. If you there are some mods that drop temporal gears like they're freaking candy. You could just load these things up with temporal gears and get bursts of 300 at a time. I think 1,000 is good. I think 1,000 is good. The armor, we're going to tune that to be a little bit higher. Oh, no, we're not, actually. I'm going to probably make this... The robes are always going to be the best, right? We'll do that. And then I'll pop it at 1,000... What if I do something like that? 1,500, 250, 1,000, 1,000. Probably should be similar to this. Right, that should probably be 200, that should be 250. And then, or 225 and then 250. So it kind of goes through the same, right? 1,000. Yeah, I think that's good. Rusty gears in bulk. This one, it's not feel-good math. The bulk, I think it does it times 8, right? Let's take a look here. Rusty gear bulk. Oh, shit. Yeah, it takes 64 temporal fragments and turns it into 8 rusty gears. So, ideally, This one's going to be expensive. Oh my god, it's going to be expensive. 250 times 8. Oh, it's not that expensive. That's not that expensive. You know what? 2,000 is actually not that bad. There should be a slight upcharge on that for a convenience fee, I'm thinking. Because you could throw everything in once. You are doing the bulk version is significantly better. Time-wise. So yeah, we'll make it that. Temporal gear, making our first temporal gear outright. See that? In tier 2, you can force make temporal gears with your surplus stock. Because by this time, your farm is probably pretty beastie. Your Riftbloom farm is probably pretty freaking big. Like, temporal fragments should no longer even be a concern for you. Like, you can get as much of them as you want, right? It just takes a little time to let the plants grow. That being the case, let's look at the temporal gear. Temporal gear. So it takes rusty gears. It takes 10 rusty gears to make 1 temporal gear. Ooh. I think this is going to have to be... Because a temporal gear is going to be usable in other people's mods as well, you know, for whatever they're doing with temporal gears. It's very useful in mine. It also sets your home point. I think all of that together, thing needs to be like 3,000 to make a temporal gear. It's gotta be beefier. My goal isn't to break the vanilla game. The goal is to have this be like a side by side, you know? Like an alternate route that gives you some decent yield. Mana Torch. Oh, this one's going to be weird, huh? How much should it cost? It costs 4. It costs 4 right now. 4 and 30 seconds to make a Mana Torch in the Nexus. But what does that mean here to make a Mana Torch, tier 2 Mana Torch in here? Let's take a look. You get 1 torch, and you still have to throw in, a temporal fragment to do this. This is way too... This isn't what I want. I think you will only have to throw in mana stones. And this is going to be a bulk recipe. So if you throw in 4 mana stones, I will give you 4 torches. That should be enough to do all rituals. Traders sell temporal gears for between 4 and 6 rusty gears. Oh, they do. But not all traders have them, right? Only certain traders are going to have rusty gears or temporal gears for sale, right? And also, the reason why I have it so high, you gotta think of it this way. Negative sync, right? Some kind of sync. When you do the conversions, the goal isn't to just continuously do, because remember, you get experience. Each time you get magic experience that increases your maximum magic each time you do this. So you're paying a surcharge to get that experience, and you don't have to expend mana except for the 1 transmutation cast, and you still get rewarded experience for casting that transmutation spell. So that's the other side of the price of all this stuff. You are gaining a decent amount per synthesis completion. So that's why it's... And then you have to make that negative, because if it's a like for like, I could just keep buying out the vendor, right, for like 6 rusty gears to get a temporal gear, and then, you know, break down that temporal gear into, you know, with synthesis, right? Or vice versa, right? Like I just, that's why I just want to make sure that it's gonna cost you something. Now, if you're smart with it, right, and you set up a bunch of you know, you set up like a bunch of dark nexus around, you know, you set up a whole farm of like light nexus, and you got, you know, that thing going, you know, that stuff going on. These costs really aren't that big of a deal. You can't mass produce a lot of things, but shelling out isn't going to be too bad. Secret Trader class gets rebate to the spell's cost. What are you talking about? Secret Trader class. There's a Secret Trader class? So we thinking that's good here, like a bulk recipe. Takes 4 mana stones, and that's it. And then you can instantly make batches of 4. Just smartassery? Oh, okay. So there's not really one. This is a hexadenery. Or should it be 8? Should it be 8 torches? 4 or 8 torches? Vice, we got a bug report in Vintage Story Discord thread, and it seems they did everything properly. What? Let's take a look at it. Discard. I bet you it's probably a bug that I fixed already. I fixed a lot of bugs. All right, what do we got? Oh, I missed some stuff here. I didn't know rituals could explode. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Wait, where is it? I mean, I don't see it here. It's not in the mods. Oh man, is it literally in like the bug report section? They didn't at me or anything, so I don't see it. What is this? Randomly. Hey, there's a 1.19.5. Crash. I don't see anything. Is it like on the site or something? It blew up their ritual altar for supposedly no reason. It's that guy? I didn't see a crash report. Just tier 1 with impure and fire. That's your problem. Dude, you just read it. Well, that's not really... See, I consider a crash or something, something that's actually wrong. So, it sounds like he got the worst case scenario when doing a ritual. So, we'll, let's pull out the book. Let's go to rituals. Here we go. Yep, they could be performed. Insert a talisman. When this is done, elemental crystals known as stabilizers need to be placed on top of the mana stone blocks in the corners. Be sure to use all the same elemental type to prevent effects such as mana burn. I guess I didn't say explosion in there. Impure elemental crystals are only suited to tier 1 rituals. Each ritual type could require a specific mana torch. Right, so that tells me, okay, so I can see if he read this. I have more here. Stabilizers not highlighted. With everything in place, so function, you have to hit Q, right, to throw things out. Impure elemental crystals can only be used in tier 1 rituals. Use all the same type of elemental crystals for stabilizers. So an impure is not the same as a fire. So that's why it exploded. You you can't mix and match things in this. Now, to be fair to them, I may have had originally. I was going to have it to where you can mix and match impure with like the lesser stuff. It didn't work out. It seemed like it was going to be a pain in the butt. So these are your flat tire. These are only usable in tier 1 rituals. When you break them, there's a chance that you will not get anything back. There's a chance they convert into a certain fragment. They're the unstable, right? They're impure. Now, you can use these as a stabilizer. They just need to be all the same type. Eventually, when you pick an element, that's when, you got to make sure those are all the same type, and they're a lot more durable. These have a 50% chance of being consumed each time you do a ritual. These have a 10% chance. And we can see that with the new update. We go into the handbook, and I say elemental... Here we go. Impure elemental crystal. There's a 50% chance of being consumed. Be sure to use crystals of the same element. So it's going to tell you here as well, and it gives you the percentage there. Yes, I am streaming. Welcome in. Right, and then if we go to like the lesser crystals here, it's going to say the same thing. So be sure to use crystals of the same element. And the reason why I wanted to do that... Hey, we got following. Kipling Tales. Thank you for the follow. The reason why I want people to start... he stopped for a bit. Sorry. Well, anyways, the reason why I made it to where you had to use all the same crystals in your rituals is because I want to put the idea in early that not all the crystals are harmonized, right? So when you're performing stuff here, you need it to be all the same crystals. So it's more like you are already subconsciously probably choosing which element you'll want to specialize in. And that's why you can do things like this over here, right? You could start converting your fragments, your surplus fragments that you've been getting, boop, boop, cast transmutation, right? Boom. And then we can convert them into the gems, right? So you'll have that. Oh God, Vice, nap time. Yeah, oh my God. Didn't I say I am irresponsible? I am irresponsible when it comes to my time. Gravity fragment. Yeah, this ritual. All of my mana torches became inert. I feel bad. Oh, I have no mana. Great. Awesome. Damn, did you see the little chunk of experience I got? That was pretty sweet. I almost have another mana point. I'm almost at 15. Man, rub that mana together. Okay. So, yeah, everything, it's working as intended. Love your mods, Vice. Thank you. Thank you very much. After I come out with this big update for the mana, for my Rustbound Magic mod, I'm going to be coming out with a 1.19 update for my other mods. I'll be doing the first one I'll be tackling is the ViesCraft Machines mod. We'll get that up to 1.19, and then I will get my Eldritch Monsters mod up, and then the third one, the one that only I use in my servers. So one strange detail that I'm unsure about, the ritual altar exploding, that I did get duped materials afterwards. Try to reload. I mean, I can try and trigger an explosion here. It's not gonna be too hard to do. But you are very unlucky. It's the worst case scenario when doing a ritual and you don't have it stabilized. You have like a 1 in 5 or a 1 in 10 chance. I can't remember which one it is, right? So it's a very low percent. Most of the time you get mana burned or something, or you drop your stability. What am I doing? Ritual. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Like, what am I doing? Here, we'll do a creation ritual. Let's make it daytime. Boop. There we go. Boop-a-doop. Let's get rid of that. The book. I'll keep the temporal fragments. I don't need that. I'll keep the vintage beef. And the runes, I'm going to need... we'll use mana lanterns, because I don't want to keep putting down torches. I'm going to need mana stone. All right, boom. This is what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Let's put down our runes. Draw it out. Whoops. I feel like Fry when he goes to press the button and misses. Oops. Has to do it again. There we go. All right, and this one goes here. Doop. There we go. Ritual complete. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and leave the world here, so it kind of... Because I have a habit of just shutting off my world, or shutting down my worlds and not saving anything. I'm going to go into my rituals. I'm going to put it in debug mode, so it doesn't consume anything. It won't... Well, it won't consume the runes, because I don't want to waste time, you know, consistently putting them out. It's the whole point of me making a debug mode. Oh, wait, I gotta do it here. Where is it? Transmutation. Debug. Info. Where is it? A little further up. Okay, here we go. Creation ritual. All right, debug mode, true. True. Let's turn caps lock off. There we go. Edit code. All right. Let's shut all the way down. Oh my gosh, really? Save everything. Let's rebuild. Success. Start. Okay, do you have coding tutorials on your YouTube for Vintage Story? I started to do it. I have one where it helps you get your environment set up, but then things change, so it's like 80% right. I was going to do tutorials on like how you make items, and my tutorials were going to be more than just JSON. We would be making class files. Instead, I just haven't had time to get back to it. I'm not that good at making videos, it turns out. Unless it usually takes people a long time to do. It took me a while. Okay, let's focus on this. So what am I gonna make here? I could do the ritual of, you know what? Let's make rune stones. Why not? We'll get a bunch of these. Boop. Boop. I need to throw out... Oh, geez. Bunch of Arcanus. We'll get a bunch of Arcanus. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This is gonna hurt. Okay. All right. I just admin ate everything. I just admin ate everything. Let's get more of these. Because in debug mode, it consumes this. It doesn't consume the reagents. I'm going to throw them over here so I don't run into them. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Negative effect time. Ah, there we go. No stabilizers. I wondered how many times it was going to take. All right, let me clear everything. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to keep my staff. So it does complete it. I'm not a complete jerk. It does complete it. So I got the 63. Oh, you know what? It probably should not have given you 63, so it didn't actually consume that. You know what? This may not be as bulletproof as I thought there. Debug mode, it would not consume that Arcanus. Yeah, that. So you're talking about there where it doesn't consume the item, just blows up. That could be an easy fix. Let's take a look at the code. Rituals. Ritual of creation. All of these rituals use the same kind of here. Run final ritual effect. Oh, this is why. Because I am doing the lightning strike and I am running this really early. Not earlier than I thought. I'm going to run it last. So I will consume your items. It probably didn't consume the reagents either because it blew up before it could. So I'm going to do the magic strike. I'm going to take the item out. Okay, so let's do this. Unfortunately, I got to turn debug back off. Let's hope that we are very unlucky. I got to repair this. Boop, 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 boop. I'm kind of hungry. I want some Fruity Pebbles. Some Fruity Pebbles! Okay, let's put that back in the middle. Luckily, I can just... Oops, pop those back in. Pop those back in. Where's... Oh no, I got rid of my magic chalk. Oh no. Actually, it's looking pretty good. I need something there and something there and something there. Sweet. Let's put these back down. Ah, yes. Looking good. Mighty fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insufficient mana. Are you kidding me? Where's my admin tool? Boop. Full mana. Alright. Damn, that's good. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, let's see here. 62. It did consume it. It consumed the talisman as well. Ooh, it consumed all the mana. It's consumed all but one mana torch. Yeah, because it is an explosion. You done effed up. And it still gave you the block. Aren't I a nice guy? So thanks for bringing that up to me. It's not gonna be the case now. Although I'm pretty sure, like, for that dupe, that's a pretty big that's gonna be a pretty big cost. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. It's unfortunate, and if it helps you, I was creating a lesser runestone. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Go be an amazing dad and steal your kids' Fruity Pebbles then. Actually, they're my Fruity Pebbles. Man, my kid is like not even 2 yet. That kid's not eating sweets. I tried to give him, what was it? Banana bread, right? And he puts it in, he's like, he just gave it right back. I'm like, that's banana bread, kid. Like, you go crazy over bananas. And you don't like banana bread? He turns his nose up at cake, which is good. I mean, you know, he doesn't get that many options to do it. Bug solved then, I suppose. Yep, bug solved. All right, let's continue. What was I working on before this? Oh, we were balancing things out, right? That's what we were doing, or at least attempting to. The mana torch question here. I feel like making mana torches, it's kind of lame. Like individual ones, right? All right, let's beef that up a little. So should you be able to make batches of 4 or batches of 8 for tier 2? Now keep in mind that you will be able to make a batch of, I don't know. Let's take a look. I totally forgot. Mana torch bulk. The bulk is only 16. And the regular is just 1. So should it be like 8 Or 4, should it be 4 and then 16? No Vice sleep time. I just need to figure this out, Fritz. And I got people actually watching so I can get some feedback. You have work in the morning. You know what? Sleep when you're dead. Actually, yeah, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. The fact that I see it's past midnight, it is technically the start of my work day, right? You know, like the official start. This is gonna be rough. I'm gonna be slugging it tomorrow. There's probably gonna be 1,001 issues. Doop 4. Doop doop. And I'm going to be nice with this. I'm going to get rid of. You're only going to need to use Mana Stone. You're going to have to throw Mana Stone in. It's not going to require any temporal fragments. Just going to take 4 Mana Stone and Essence. Boom! All right, everyone's saying go to bed. You know, you could help me go to bed by... And we got 4, then 6. Thank you, Oats. Thank you. So are these Mana Lanterns not consumed during rituals? They are not. Mana Lanterns are not consumed during anything that you would need them for. They are not consumed. So if you're going to do world magic, for instance, over here, if you wanted to, you could use Mana Lanterns to imbue a Mana Lantern without consuming those Mana Lanterns, right? If you use them in rituals, it won't consume them in rituals. Mana Lanterns are pretty good. They're a brighter light source. They don't go out, so you know, Mana Lanterns or Mana Torches become inert now. They burn for 2 days. They stay lit for 2 days. Now you can cast Transmutation on them and light them back up, and then they become usable again. But yeah, if it was a Mana Lantern, they just stay up forever. And I think they look cool. Look at that. Boop. Boop. There will be 1,001 issues tonight and 1,001 tomorrow. Go to bed. All right, everyone. All right, I'm going to bed. I joined your stream earlier today. You were rating someone when I joined, and now you're half asleep. My timing, man. You know it, Oats. Oats. I will need your help maybe tomorrow night. We can. I'm going to build a version of this mod and give it to you. I need to see what the effects of mana sickness are. I need to see if you are affected by mana sickness when I become affected by mana sickness, right? So that's what I will need your help for. It'll be quick, but if you see this and you are under the effect of mana sickness, I know what I need to do. Oh, damn it. Game mode 2. Whoops, /GM2. There we go. All right. I love Twitch ads popping up in the middle of an explanation. I swear to God, man, Twitch, it's like they know. It's like they're watching me, and the guy's like, ad now. Yeah, that sounds like a good test. Quick in and out, 5-minute fix. Yeah, it will be a quick fix. I may have to just send a packet, packetize things. I would prefer not to, but that may end up being the case. In which case, it's fine, right? I can packetize putting the debuff on the individual. But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna finish the mana torches and then I'm going to bed. So you can make four now, right? A batch is of 4. This really seems like it's gonna be low. It's gonna seem like it's gonna be really low. Quick in and out, 5-minute fix. I don't know. Gonna have to get more. Doesn't affect Twitch. I have one, but it doesn't affect Twitch. Yeah, honestly, I mean, if people want to do it, like, I'm not gonna miss the 2.5 cents, right, from freaking ads. It's fine. I don't think I've really had a payout in Twitch at all either. I do it for fun. I don't care. Block it, watch it, listen to me. It's all good. So honestly, if I'm giving you 4 torches, we're talking about like 16 essence for these. For the batch of 4 torches, 16 essence. You know what? I will. No, 16. I was going to say, I'll give you a discount, make it 15. No, you know what? I will. You're welcome, everyone. Merry Christmas. Santa came early. Which means that down here, the bulk mana torches, it's no longer going to be 400. It is going to be 60, right? Because it's just multiplied by 4 because you get batches of 16. There you go. Balanced. Totally balanced. Oh, and that actually finished up tier 2. Should we go to tier 3? Should we go to tier 3? I like to block the streamer and just watch the ads. You know what, Oates? Get out. You're the one who wants a chair stream again, huh? Mine is paid, but works if you're interested. You know what, Fritz? If you wanna, Adgard. Okay, I was gonna say if you wanna like send that to me through Discord. I think I could find some use for it. But Adgard, I can remember. Woo, chair stream. You know what, Oates? This is ending on a bad note. Go to bed. We want the chair. How far along do you think you are in this update? Oh, after this rebalancing here, after I'm finished with these 2 sections, I play test. That's it. Update's done. But everyone's telling me to go to bed, so I guess I won't be able to finish this tonight. I will save everything. Maybe I'll have time tomorrow. I don't know. See, I'm gonna be tired already. And it could have been 5 more minutes of work. But, okay, Fritz, I will go to bed, everyone. I will go to bed. Let's find someone to raid. Now's when I find out that, who has OC, who's gonna be like, wait, Vice, don't leave. You could just, finish this up. Who's even playing this game at this time of night? Is that why I have so many people in here right now? Yep, I'm one of 3. Yeah, you won't finish it, but you won't want to blow your own brains out at work. Nah, man. Actually, the only reason why I allowed myself to stay up this late is because it is Monday. It's the first day of the new sprints as well. I think I have 2 meetings tomorrow, and they're not even, no, I have 1 meeting tomorrow, and it's not even a meeting that I'm gonna really talk in. I don't have a whole lot to do tomorrow. I have to open up like 1 ticket with support. Other than that, there's not really any heavy lifting. Tuesday, I'm going to have to, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be big days. But Monday's not. So, well, tomorrow, I should say. Tomorrow's not. And besides, I mean, I have a kid. Daylight savings, just hit. Let me tell you, he was not having it. Daddy, daddy, daddy. Oh, you gotta go to bed, honey. I come in to soothe him, and he stands right up and he starts handing me Elmo and everything, and he's like, all done. I'm like, no, you're not all done, honey. I'm like, it's been like 30 minutes since you're supposed to be sleeping. Sorry, sweetie. Oh, man. Got to read some of this chat here. Yeah, you won't finish it. Too much often. I have woken up dreaming of climbing into bed already. I hope Vintage Story gets the popularity it deserves. I think it will. Given time, there's definitely things that need to be added to the game, to be more competitive. You know what I mean? Like father, like son. You know what else? Actually, yeah. Kid, he just discovered one of my favorite chips is the cheddar and sour cream Ruffles. I remember when I was like a little kid first eating them, and they were delicious. I remember being sick because I ate that whole bag, and he likes Dada's chips, right? So he was eating them. He's like, he's like, more. I'm like, I'll give you more, honey. Sure. Do you like Dada's chips? That's a good favorite. Yeah. Everything else, he sticks his nose up at. He looked at the Snickers, the little Snickers bar I was eating. He's like, yuck, yuck. I'm like, yes, you're right. This is yuck. You're not supposed to eat this. It's for grown-ups. As a Canadian, my favorite chip is all dressed. Oh man, you're Canadian. You have Joe Louis over there. I'm in the States myself, but you have Joe Louis. I love Joe Louis. Like microwaving them for like maybe 10-15 seconds. Oh, we don't have them here though. Like I have to Freya has a friend in Canada, and every once in a while we can get them to send us a care package of Joe Louis. But unfortunately, when they come, they are like mashed together. Like it's horrible. Yeah, microwaving them just enough to warm them up, and it takes takes something that tastes great, and then just a little notch above. Stop engaging the streamer. You know what? True. Yeah, you're supposed to go to bed. True enough. Go. All right, let's find someone to raid. Hey, the Throckmongler, right? The Throckmongler, we will do. You're already an hour behind because of dumb politics. Oh, geez, Hexagon. Exclamation raid. We are going to send some love over the Throckmongler. That's an interesting name. Like, I kind of wonder how some people get their names. Mine was a barbarian shaman EverQuest, and it was Visus was the whole thing, because it was German for white, and he had all white hair and a big white beard, and I ran around the snow plains of Hollis, and I also liked Rammstein, and there was the Visus Fleisch song, so you know I was a kid. And then it became like Vies, and then it became Vice. Nice and easy. I know a guy named Hard Valiant. His namesake was like 19 years old, and it was funny at the time. Yeah. Hey, I got some time. The raid's already commencing. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me. I will be live streaming again tomorrow. And again, like I said earlier in the stream, I work remotely Tuesday and Wednesday. So that means that I'm going to be getting extra streams in, because I'm not going to be driving, you know, like 2 hours that day, either day. So I'm going to be doing streams, multiple streams during those days. But I'll be streaming tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I will talk to you all later. Good night.